That isn't sports, they said. When someone told you to stay in your lane, you knew the right answer. The mid. You wish competitors GLHF before the match begins, and hopefully you're dominating more often than not. Video games bring us closer, even when we're apart. And Barclays has seen this. From grassroots teams starting out to the pro circuit players, we're cheering on esports from the virtual stands. We know that gaming's many faces can truly make a positive impact. We're there with you, whether you're making the next great game or just looking forward to playing it. Squad up, we're Barclays.
Hello Wagwan and what's good? Welcome to UK Game of the Show, sponsored by Barclays. Now in these uncertain times, video games continue to give us an incredible way to escape, share our experiences with friends and become our favourite heroes, heroines and sometimes villains. Now the amazing team at UK have put together this show so you don't miss any of the exciting announcements from Gamescom. I go by the name of Mr. Midas and I get the honour of showing you some of the great unreleased titles from developers across the UK. And you, the viewer, get to choose the winner of today's show to decide who will enter EuroPlay Games Contest live on the 28th of August 2020 and take on over a dozen games from all across Europe. Now voting for all of the games are open right now, so you can find the voting link on Yuki's Twitter. Now all of the game trailers you're gonna see today are family friendly, but remember, some games are 18 plus. Now you ain't come here to listen to me talk all night long, so let's look at my favorite thing, games.
Hi there, I'm Johnny from PQ Games and you're watching me play Inertial Drift, a brand new 1v1 arcade racer being developed by Level 91 Entertainment in Northern Ireland. Quite simply, Inertial Drift takes the arcade racing genre and turns it on its head. Players will need to get to grips with a unique twin-stick control scheme, fiercely individual cars, completely reimagined driving mechanics, and challenging tracks set in bold, distinctive environments. It sounds like there's a lot to get your head around, and we're not going to lie, at first there is, but once you've spent just a few laps familiarising yourself with the controls, we don't think you'll find a more satisfying racing game out there. So let's take a closer look at the twin stick control scheme. In Inertial Drift, steering is handled by the left control stick, while the right stick gives you independent control over your drift angle. Take a look at the visualisation at the bottom of the screen to see what we mean. It's an unbelievably satisfying way to race, intuitive for beginners, but also allowing more experienced players a greater level of control. Think you've mastered those controls? Well, there's plenty more to learn. Inspired by classic 90s sports cars, each one of the 16 cars in Inertial Drift has a totally unique handling style. Moving from one car to the next can be a bit of a shock to the system, because each car will react differently to the way you apply the throttle and the brakes, as well as your movements with the twin sticks. A little bit like fighting game characters, getting the most out of each vehicle requires that you really get to know their personalities and their attributes. Inertial Drift is a game inspired by classic arcade racers, but with gameplay that takes the genre into brand new territory. We can't wait for you to get your hands on it and experience it for yourself. so be sure to check out Inertial Drift when it releases on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and Steam later this year.
Everybody loves playing board games now they're finally cool. But they're not so easy to play when you can't meet up with your friends or loved ones. Don't fret, my old chums. Here at Thunderbox HQ, we've been working tirelessly to create state-of-the-art AI, amazing computer graphics, a synth soundtrack, and our laser-powered but totally harmless board game zapping digitizer. All so we can bring you the retro sci-fi survival strategy we like to call The Captain is Dead. Let me just load it up for you.
Oh my god, there are aliens all over the ship. Come on, open up. Wow, this looks kind of dangerous. Good!
Ready! Get your goddamn dirty tentacles off of my spaceship!
Biological components operating at 100%. Skill assimilated.
Reminds me of one of those old-fashioned video games. And I'm done.
Taking charge. I haven't used one of these since 3086. I'm still packed.
Those aliens picked the wrong ship to mess with.
The Captain is Dead. Head on over right now to Steam right now to wishlist it up right now.
Wow, those titles look incredible. So The Captain is Dead by Thunderbox Entertainment is a small team of devs, and they put you into the captain's chair in this turn-based survival strategy game. And super cool, man. Retro feel, feeling like you've been taken back to the future and then shot into space. And Monstrum 2 puts you into the shoes of either one of the 4 human prisoners or a terrifying monster in this survival horror by Junkfish. Well, it's not about my opinion. It doesn't count. Remember, you, the viewer, get to choose what game has captured your heart and gets announced as our UK Game of the Show. Vote for your favorite game by heading over to Yuki's Twitter to find the voting link. And remember, tell the world who they should vote for, what's your favorite game, by using the hashtag UKGOATS on all of your posts. And we got so much more games for you to see. So let's check them out. Let's do that.
Greed Fight, Mask of the Goddess is a tactical action RPG game that follows the story of Donna, a powerful warrior who was literally born yesterday, and her friends in a desperate race to cure the sickness that is killing the goddesses of the world. As the name Greed suggests, you will be battling grid-shaped arenas, avoiding deadly attacks and dynamically swapping between the members of your squad, using their abilities to convince, defeat, or recruit more than 100 original characters. But let's see some live gameplay. For this video, we decided to play in co-op mode with 4 players, each one controlling one character in the game. I will be Donna, the main character. She will be with you in every battle, while Kuniko, Pan, and Bird are just 3 of the variety of the characters that can offer you support. Let's play! Okay, the first wave of enemies was pretty easy. Let's now jump to the next battle. Pi appeared. She is one of the 100 characters that inhabit the world of Greed Fight. She is looking for a sister and she will not let us go. We have no choice but to fight her. We did it! Pi is defeated, but now we are left with a choice. We can move on and leave her at her destiny, or we can decide to save her. Every choice that you make in Greed Fight will have an impact on your journey. Pi doesn't really look like a threat to me, so I decided to help her. More characters, stories and stages will be available on Steam and Nintendo Switch. Thank you very much for watching, and see you all on the grid.
Frog Island is a third-person, fast-paced platformer game where you play as a small frog with a big tongue and even bigger ambitions. Not only can you swing with your huge frog tongue, but with it you can interact with the world in so many wonderful ways. From throwing obstacles, to pulling levers, and even messing up that perfectly good bed of tulips. Explore 8 unique island levels, all with their own themes. Frog Island has a planned release of late 2021, but we hope to have an earlier version of the game out late this year too. The game is currently in an early alpha version, which you can download now at frogislandgame.com. You can check us out on Twitter at Frog Island Game or Facebook, facebook.com/FrogIslandGame to follow our progress. We have been Shotgun Mango, and this has been Frog Island. Thanks for watching.
Play ball!
Wreckout is arcade multiplayer for the esports generation.
Great catch.
It features local and online multiplayer for 2 to 4 players, plus single player and co-op modes to enjoy. Each character has their own unique ability like brick armor, ice infect and tackle repel, and each arena features unique toys like pinball flippers, laser bots and paddles. Master the unique car catapult mechanic to unleash a devastating power shot against your opponent. Perform a super spin to suck in power-ups, and boost your skill meter to level 3 to triple the impact of your ultimate abilities.
Holy cow! Whoa! What?
That's it. That's it. Grand Slam.
Hey, this is Rob from Huey Games. Thank you for checking out Wreckout. I've been a lead designer and game director for 15 years, and I've had the privilege to work at some big studios on some amazing franchises. But for me, there's nothing better than working with a passionate community of gamers on a project. And the iterative design philosophy that we've adopted for Wreckout, where we open up development to you, is really close to our hearts at Huey Games. So join our Discord, come and play the builds with us, and help us to shape this passion project into an amazing, competitive multiplayer game. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. I literally can't wait to get my hands on it. It's great to see devs pushing boundaries for competitive play and working towards esports. And oh my god, I love the look of the lead pro tag of Mask of Goddess, a tactical action strategy game that follows the story of Donna, a powerful warrior who was literally born yesterday and inspired by 70s poster art. But more importantly, we want to know what you are thinking, so keep using the hashtag UKGOTS and keep your votes coming in by heading to Yuki's Twitter. Let's look at some more exciting titles.
From racing game experts at Codemasters Cheshire Studio, welcome to Dirt 5. Join an energised world of extreme racing and be part of a vibe that delivers big on epic action, pure expression and unbridled style. Conquer over 70 routes from locations spanning the entire globe that turn real landmarks into racetracks. From the frozen East River in New York, to the marble mines of Italy, to the favelas of Brazil. Defy intimidating terrain, hurtling over gravel, snow, mud, ice, and more surfaces in between. Extreme weather changes will see you race from day to night, speed through sandstorms and blizzards, and use lightning strikes or even the iconic northern lights to guide you to the finish line. Jump into Dirt's most diverse set of event types ever, from rally raid and rallycross events to the unique Pathfinder and sprint races, to the return of the thrilling Gymkhana events. The styles of racing available in Dirt 5 mean a new experience is always around the corner. Dive into the ambitious career mode which lets you choose your path to glory as you progress through an immersive journey, featuring a voice cast led by the legendary Troy Baker and Nolan North. Play together in career and offline modes with split screen for up to 4 players, making Dirt 5 the ultimate playground for you to trade paint with your friends, either online or on the couch. Take the fun to the global scene with traditional race events and innovative multiplayer modes that'll leave you grinning from ear to ear. That's not all for motor features. We're gearing up for a brand new big reveal that combines creativity and community for a completely fresh racing experience. Launching on the new generation of consoles, as well as current gen, Dirt 5 made use of groundbreaking technology to console gaming, including options for 120 frames per second and faster load times. Everything you do in Dirt 5 adds to the vibe. So what will you bring to the table?
Hello, I'm David Fernandez Huerta from Astro Games, the people behind the Monument Valley games, and more recently assembled with Care. Over the last couple of years, we've been secretly working on our biggest game yet, but the project started really small with a tiny team of just two, myself and my colleague Kirsty Kitts, who is an amazing programmer and designer. We were able to start something that was very special to us, very personal, something that captures the magic of the Mediterranean summers of our childhood and also our love for nature. And now with a team full of incredibly talented people, the game has grown beyond our wildest dreams. I have a little tease here for you, and I really hope you like it.
My name is Sweden.
So my name is Richard Evans.
My name is James Vincent Marshall. So Recompile is a 3D action adventure game containing elements of platforming, combat, exploration, and in particular hacking. It's at its heart, it's a Metroidvania. However, we wanted to make a special kind of Metroidvania that's not been seen before. So it's 3D, it contains multiple critical paths, and it contains a really interesting and dynamic storyline based on sentient AI and how the artificial intelligence becomes sapient according to a story of our lore. So you can make an enemy fight against themselves. So, you can move enemies around and decide to aim at different players. Being able to change the world around them using the hacking mechanics is something that I've not really seen in many games before, and I think that's definitely my favorite feature.
My favorite feature that I'm currently working on is creating the dynamic music. And the result of that is that no matter what the player is doing, the music is constantly adapting to their actions or how they navigate through the different storylines.
My favourite feature in Recompile is the respawn, simply because it involves black holes, sacred geometry, and lots of energy. And they're the three main things as an animator that I like to bring to the game, and also because the game exists on the nanoscale and it's all about quantum physics and all that kind of stuff. I think that's the best feature in Recompile.
What Codemasters have done with Dirt 5 looks extreme, and it's coming to both current gen and next generation consoles. So let's see some more.
This Is Reality is a single-player narrative platformer exploring the relationship between the couple, Liam and Lana. Throughout the game, you travel around London, solving everyday challenges together, whether that be finding items in a badly laid out supermarket or finding seats together on the train. The strength of the relationship is a key part of the game mechanic. While the relationship is good, the player can easily switch between characters, showing the trust and compatibility between them. However, when a character is angry or upset, switching becomes hard or impossible. Everything becomes more difficult after an argument. As you go through the game, you collect photos, memories of your time together. The collected photos get put on the walls of your apartment as you find them. We really want the player to feel the emotional journey of the main character. Relationships are some of the most important parts of our lives. An argument with your loved one can be a massive emotional upheaval. We want to communicate that intensity so that anyone who picks up this game experiences that without relying on the player projecting their own experience onto it. This year, we got funded by UK Games Fund to make a vertical slice for This Is Reality, which should be ready in August. We plan to release episode 1 for PC in early 2021, culminating in the breakup. Thank you for watching.
Max from Studio Glitches, and I'm here to tell you about our upcoming vehicle combat game with a twist, Drive By. So let's get into this. You guys killed me again. I'm sort of getting quite a few points behind them now. Rocket always feels so good, but it's still up to me to make that kill. I saw that had a little sword, cross swords on Mr. Roboto. That means I have an active revenge with him, and that's why that message came up. So I've just squashed some revenge. Back to deliveries. You know, deliveries is kind of like the heartbeat of this mode. You start off making deliveries, and you end up ignoring them. Just saw a pile of coins. Oh, someone's taken it. So if you're not as quick as you need to be, sometimes you can miss out on these little opportunities. And that's what Drive By is all about. It's about opportunity and strategy sort of merging together. And I suppose the way that we built this is we wanted it to feel different every time you played. Even though there's only 4 players, things like the power-ups can be used in quite unique combinations. A good example is this freeze ray I have right now. I can use this by freezing a player and then boosting through them. So I'm using 2 actions to get a kill. And if there were more people that I'd frozen, I could have killed more in one go. Hugo's not happy about that, but I'm very firmly in the first place spot here, which feels good. So this is Drive By. This comes out cross-play for Nintendo Switch and PC. Wishlist it now on Steam and get involved on our Discord if you want to join the community.
We're so close to the end of our amazing show, but we still have a few other titles for your viewing pleasure. So let's check these out.
Kissy is a game for all the family, from 4-year-olds to 4 and 10 and beyond. This quirky 2-player game will get you giggling and get you thinking. I'm Constance Florio and I'm a writer, games designer and founder of Pretty Digital. I want to talk to you about Kissy, a fun cooperative game inspired by my grandchildren who love to run away when I want to hug them. Kissy is a game for 2 players who each control one of 2 little characters, Tiger and Bee. They like to build safe spaces to hide away from grandparents intent on kissing them, something that most of us can relate to. All Tiger and Bee want to do is play their games together, always dressed in their character onesies. It's a 2-player game on Mac or PC for children to play with friends or family that starts with Tiger and Bee running around their playmat building a pillow fort to hide in with Teddy. As the game progresses, they explore different places, the beach, the park and so on, amassing jelly bean fortunes to buy more onesies and to customise their outfits and their grandparents, and always building dens. Kissy is deliberately designed to be a collaborative and enjoyable game that encourages players to communicate and work together as a team. We've made sure that less dexterous players can join in without it affecting the success of the fort building missions, offering a gameplay version where Tiger and Bee can be made unkissable. This makes it easier for smaller children to play with older siblings, as well as for players with less hand mobility, without being blamed for losing the game. Tiger and Bee still have to work together but can't be caught by the grandparents. Kissy also has a serious underlying message about listening to children and allowing them to decide whether they want to be kissed, that it's okay to run away and be in charge of your own body. It is a game that sees things from a child's perspective and rewards cooperative play. You have to work together in each level. Players have to cooperate and communicate to succeed. I have released level 1 on itch during this lockdown to spread a little joy, with a game that children can play with their parents and hopefully remind them that they have grandparents out there who can't wait to see them. Come and play with Tiger and Bee.
Hi, I'm Yen, and I'm the writer and narrative designer for Road to Guangdong. I would describe the game as a Zen narrative driving game. And it's actually a game where you want to drive gently, slowly, and enjoy the radio stations. Road to Guangdong is a family story in its heart. It opens at a very tragic point of Sunny's life, and she found out that her parents had passed away in a very tragic accident, and they had left the family restaurant for her to run. You play Sunny. She has to get Guma, her aunt, to help her gain the blessing of the rest of the family. The game is set in Guangdong province in the 1990s. You find out from Guma that Sandy, your father's favorite car, is still around. And it is the car that you will use to go on the road trip together with Guma to drive around Guangdong. And Sandy has its own character. When you play the game, you have to look after Sandy in order for Sandy to take you across Guangdong to fulfill all your tasks. And to do so, you have to give Sandy a lot of tender loving care. The game is out on the 28th of August on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4 and PC.
Hello. My name is Tom, and I'd like to introduce our game, Solace. Solace is a synthwave-infused puzzle game about directing pulses of light through a dark and damaged landscape. The once ordered world has been attacked by a chaotic external force, and players are tasked with exploring this strange machine of neon clockwork in the hopes of fixing it. Myself, Jamesy and Stephen have been working on this game for about a year at this point, and we're excited to show it to you. It all starts here, with these simple mirrors. At its heart, Solace is a beam deflection game, with the puzzles built around directing light. At its most basic level, mirrors can either be rotated or moved to help the player connect the light source to a receiver. If they manage to restore this link, the receiver will unlock. This then becomes a door, allowing the player to change screen, but also becomes the source for the next puzzle. Every pulse is moving, whether or not you can see it. Here we see that the world of Solas is under attack. Something strange and alien has invaded and is wreaking havoc. It's up to the player to figure out how to fix the damage that is being done, and how to reconnect the pulse streams. I wanted to show you the map. This is uncovered as players explore and allows them to fast travel between different rooms. As I mentioned earlier, however, everything is always being simulated behind the scenes, so while our view might be locked to discrete screens, the game itself is not. The only place to put these mirrors is where we'd normally expect a wall. Let's put them there and see what happens. Ah, the mirrors are now available to use in an entirely different screen.
That isn't sports, they said. When someone told you to stay in your lane, you knew the right answer. The mid. You wish competitors GLHF before the match begins, and hopefully you're dominating more often than not. Video games bring us closer, even when we're apart, and Barclays has seen this. From grassroots teams starting out to the pro circuit players, we're cheering on esports from the virtual stands. We know that gaming's many faces can truly make a positive impact. We're there with you, whether you're making the next great game or just looking forward to playing it. Squad up, we're Barclays.
What an amazing array of games. Before we announce our winner, let's talk to Yuki CEO Joe Twist about all these amazing titles that we've had the pleasure of watching today.
So right now I am with an incredible lady. Yes, she's an inspiration to me and I'm super excited to talk to her. She goes by the name of Joe Twist and she is the CEO of Yuki. Joe Twist, how are you doing this evening?
I am so good, and it's so good to see your face as well. Really good.
Thank you. So we've just seen UK Game of Show. Looks incredible. I saw so many titles that I'm super excited about. What did you think of the show?
Oh my God, it was amazing. I mean, 15 of the top talent, and this is what's really brilliant about the UK. We've got so many studios that are of different sizes. You've got the big AAA games competing with games made by one or two people and everything else in between. And the quality is just outstanding. And, every year we do Game at the Show at Gamescom when we're actually physically there in normal times. And it is just full of the most amazing companies making the most incredible stories and incredible experiences. So I think this year's virtual show has been one of the best years yet.
It's so amazing how good this show is. Why was it important for Yuki, even though obviously COVID has happened and it stopped people being able to actually go to Germany to Gamescom? Why was it so important to you to actually still have the UK Game of Show happen?
Well, what we do at Yuki, amongst a lot of other things, but what we do with the trade shows is we really try and fly that British flag. We have so much talent, so many companies right up and down the UK, from Dundee right down to Cornwall. And it's part of our job, and we take such delight in doing it, in flying that flag and really trying to showcase what an incredible place the UK is to make games. And so, usually we have a big stand, my team, including myself, I'm wearing my T-shirt. we're always t-shirted up and we work on the stand, and it's huge. Last year, I think we had over 120 companies with us out in Germany, and Gamescom itself is just one of the biggest shows in the world, and it's a absolutely fantastic experience. So we thought, sadly, that's not happening in the way that we usually expect. It saves our feet, to be honest. I can barely walk after a week at Gamescom, and you're knackered. But this time, what could we do? Well, we could still showcase that talent. We could still showcase the games that are not quite out on the market yet, and really try and build up that hype.
Well, I'm loving a t-shirt. I want mine. Make sure you get one over to me. So, yeah, all of the games we've seen today are from the UK. Why do you think UK has such a big talent pool and so many kind of versatile different types of games?
Well, I think it's, partly because we're one of the birthplaces of the games industry. We've been, we're a very young industry. We're 40-something years old, younger than I am, unfortunately. And, I think we had a lot of people who are still working in the industry, who've been working in the industry for 30 or even 40 years, who are still in the UK and still working, and they're making new games, or they're working for big companies, or they're starting up their own companies. We've got a really tremendous supportive government here that puts in place incentives like video games tax relief, which means you get money back for making a game in the UK with some British or European themes. We've got this real mix of just fantastic creative industries as well. So lots of people from other creative industries that are telling stories in different ways and being imaginative and creative with music, with art, with all sorts of different bits of work. So when you combine all of that, as well as the fact that we're very, very good at technology and innovation, I think that really makes a really interesting recipe for such a great place to be making games. And I think the other thing about it is that, I mentioned before that we are, as an industry, all over the UK. And that brings with it, if you've ever been to the UK, viewers, that accents vary from very short distances.
Yes.
And culturally, we're very diverse, we're very different. And we've got a weird sense of humor, and we've just got this, I don't know, strange identity sometimes as Brits. So all of that we can put into games. And I think that's really, a combination of all these different factors that make us so great.
Which is what we got to see today. There were so many kind of diverse games, different faces, different voices, which was amazing. All right, before I let you go, obviously Barclays was partnered for this. Why is it important to have such big brands basically celebrate things like UK Gamer Show?
Well, I think it's partly, to be able to support the businesses. We've got such a mix of businesses, again, from startups to scale-ups to big companies. And at every stage, you need that kind of business support. Brands recognize that we've got such an amazing reach with particular audiences. 3 billion people play games regularly across the world. And 1 in 3 people play regularly in the UK. Europe is one of the biggest markets. So, I think brands are really interested in the talent, in the continued success of the games industry, because we've been pretty resilient as well through our fantastic games on the market in terms of this pandemic period, unfortunately, but we've been really resilient. So I think, brands really recognize the power of games, the creativity, the innovation, all of that combined. And they want to support it. And of course, they want the UK to win EuroPlay.
So EuroPlay is coming up on the 28th of August. I am super excited. What do you think our chances are like winning?
I'm going to say we're going to win, of course. Sorry, our European friends and Australia. I'm so looking forward to it. It's great Friday night entertainment. We've really missed Eurovision. We really wanted to make it like a Eurovision. Don't sue us, almost like a Eurovision type style games contest. And, we've got, again, tremendous talent across Europe, let alone in the UK. And they are our brothers and sisters and everything else. So we're really looking forward to seeing what they have on show. And there are some really interesting contenders, but don't worry, UK will walk it, I'm sure.
I'm sure too. Joe, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. Thank you all for watching UK Gamer Show. Where can people get involved with Yuki? Where can they find out more?
Yeah, well, follow us on Twitter, UK_IE. Hashtag don't forget to vote. And you can also go to our website on yuki.org, but we're on all the socials. And I just want to say as well, thank you for doing this. I want to thank all the entries as well, all the really hardworking studios, and thank you to our supporters, Barclays, as well.
Amazing. Well, looks like it's time to announce the winner.
That isn't sports, they said. When someone told you to stay in your lane, you knew the right answer. The mid. You wish competitors GLHF before the match begins, and hopefully you're dominating more often than not. Video games bring us closer, even when we're apart, and Barclays has seen this. From grassroots teams starting out to the pro circuit players, we're cheering on esports from the virtual stands. We know that gaming's many faces can truly make a positive impact. We're there with you, whether you're making the next great game or just looking forward to playing it. Squad up, we're Barclays.
UK Game of Show. Oh my goodness, this show is incredible. See, I wasn't lying to you. 15 incredible titles, all from UK developers. And we've had over 1,000 votes. I ain't lying to you. Votes are coming from here, there, everywhere. And it is so close. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time, just a little bit more time to vote. But vote is closing very, very soon. So make sure you vote for your favorite game. I wish all 15 of them could win, but only one is going to be able to come to EuroPlay and represent the United Kingdom. So get your votes in now. Voting's about to close. Let's have a look at them all over again. Run the montage.
That isn't sports, they said. When someone told you to stay in your lane, you knew the right answer. The mid. You wish competitors GLHF before the match begins, and hopefully you're dominating more often than not. Video games bring us closer, even when we're apart, and Barclays has seen this. From grassroots teams starting out to the pro circuit players, we're cheering on esports from the virtual stands. We know that gaming's many faces can truly make a positive impact. We're there with you, whether you're making the next great game or just looking forward to playing it. Squad up, we're Barclays.
So, what an incredible show. Yes, UK Game of Show. But what's really important to know is this is not the only show that we are doing for Gamescom. Now, we all know that the world is in crisis and we're unable to go to events. So Gamescom is a digital showcase. And this is not the only show we have for you. We also have EuroPlay. Now, in EuroPlay, we're going to have 15 games again, but these are going to be from developers all across Europe. And today's show was all about getting one winner to be part of it. And you have all been fantastic. I can't even believe the amount of votes that we got today. I'm super excited to do the announcement. All right, so let's get a drum roll. And our winner is Monstrum 2 from Junkfish. Yes. Wow, what a trailer. I'm not gonna lie, from the first time I saw that trailer, I was super excited. I wanted to pick up my PS2, my PS4, and play it straight away. That game looks so incredible. And Monstrum 2 is going to be the representative of the United Kingdom in EuroPlay. Now, EuroPlay is another digital showcase, like I said, that we're doing for Gamescom. But this time we're going to be representing all of the games across Europe and beyond. And it's going to be amazing. So make sure you sign up right now by heading over to Yuki's Twitter. Now, this has been an incredible show, and I want to thank each and every person who's locked in. You've all been amazing. You are the MVPs. Yes, the most valuable players. We love you. Without you, there would be no us. But I also want to thank all of the team at Yuki for your hard work for producing such an incredible show. A huge shout out to my girl, my friend, my home dog, the one and only Joe Twist. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me and educate me. I love how you always throw in the numbers. You are the numbers queen. Big shout out to Barclays Game for being able to endorse and partner with us on such an incredible show. I just love this show. You know how much I love it. It's dope. Big up everyone at Loading Bar. Thank you so much for housing us, and big up El Gato. Now, I've been Mr. Midas, and I've been your incredible host. Now, I want to see you all at EuroPlay. Come on, it's going to be the show that you need to be. That is on Friday, the 28th of August. This Friday coming up for Gamescom. Thank you so much again for your time. Make sure you sign up for EuroPlay. Make sure you tell the world what you thought of UK Game at the Show. Hashtag UK GOATs. Hashtag EuroPlay. I've been Mr. Midas, and I'm out. Peace.